Shalom and good morning. It's Sunday, June 19th, and we're going to do a garden tour. There's quite a few things that are new today, so come along with me. Okay, so in my stalks, I'm in the back because it's the only place in the yard that's shaded at the moment. Okay, so in the back I've got some amaranth spinach. I have some, this is the strawberry spinach that are coming out, and so we'll be harvesting on those really soon. These seem to be sacrificial plants. Yes, they do. Okay, so broccoli does not grow well in these stalks. I don't think they have enough soil. This is cabbage, I believe, and it seems to be okay, but it's really small, like we've got a worm. So the mint is doing really good. These cabbages seem to get hit on the outside, but not so much the inside. And I'm not going to go down the road. Here's something new. We have a lot of tomatoes that we need to get in the ground, so they're actually going to go in the ground, some of them. And this is what they look like. Some of them are a little droopy. That's just because they're thirsty. We'll get them watered tonight. Yeah. A lot of tomatoes. We're also going to get the pepper plants planted tonight. And I believe I'm going to try to get the watermelon planted. I'm just going to stick those guys in the mulch pile. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we have a ton of tomatoes, and some of them are actually starting to turn. So we're going to be having to check for harvestability soon. I also need to come out here and trim these guys again. I got a couple of the worst ones today, but they still have a lot. We have a couple bits of lettuce that have survived. They unfortunately were rotted from the inside out from all the rain we've had. That's heartbreaking because I was so looking forward to eating a head of my own lettuce, but it is what it is. We're not going to get upset about it. This romaine right here is going to seed. It's still possibly edible. Let's see. Nope. Very bitter. Ooh. So yeah, you don't want to eat this once it starts going to seed. It gets very bitter. But they're going to go to seed, so I'll have some seed to start some myself next year. These little guys are finally sticking their heads up above. In this bed, our okra is starting to actually look like okra now. Some of the onions look like they're ready to harvest. Like that one's already, the neck is already bent. This one, the neck is bending. So it looks like we'll be harvesting some onions soon. This is the other side. So cute. Chamomile has bloomed back out. I need to harvest it and dehydrate it, or just harvest it and make tea. The celery, oh my gosh, is so beautiful. I love it. And we're having a lot less weed pressure with having the bottom story of this field. So that is something to keep in mind. We still have a ton of kale, and the kale, I don't think it gets bitter. You can eat it any more bitter than it already is. Pepper plants are coming up. So I've got some space in this bed, actually several of these beds. I'm just going to go ahead and plug the pepper plants in here. Some of them we're already having some harvestable size jalapenos, but we're going to let them ripen because they taste so much better when they're ripe. It made a really big difference when I stripped the big outer leaves off of these guys. It made a huge difference in these guys getting the pepper plants getting more sun. But I still have space, so the cabbage is starting to head up, but it's really getting eat on the inside too. But we'll see what happens. Maybe it's edible, maybe it's not. This one, I can't remember what this is. I need to move this. Santa Fe. So our Santa Fe's are getting larger, and they should be turning soon. I'm really going to start harvesting this kale really heavy soon. I'm really wanting to cook it in soups. That's what I'm craving lately. The basil right here in this bed, like I said, we still have space right here for the peppers. The basil in this bed is going to, it's growing. It's growing. These guys appreciated the light, so I think I might need to peel back some more. I just did this and you can't tell. So these are cayennes, what has survived. Which is fine. We had a ton of cayennes last year. So we have a couple plants in here. Yeah, some of them just did not get enough light from these guys. I literally just cut some of these huge leaves off last week. Here's the other onion bed, which we also have some okras growing in. We've got 4 okras in this bed. And this one we have peppers that are getting shaded out. Okay, so we have some peppers right here. I don't remember which ones these are. I have a tag if it's still in here somewhere. There it is. Okay. So these are the green bell peppers. And this stuff is really trying to shadow it out. The cauliflower has really gotten large. So these guys will be harvestable soon, some of them. I hope they don't all come in at once like the broccoli did. This is the mammoth basil. Mammoth leaf basil. Not tried that before, but it looks beautiful. And these are jalapenos, which they do already have. No, this one's a jalapeno. This one is a bell. They do have peppers on them already. I believe. So this is a yellow bell pepper. And another jalapeno. I have a couple of tomato plants back here. I can't remember which ones. We'll see when they bloom. We're just trying to find a place for them to grow. And I'm about to the point that I might be sticking some in with the onions too. Oh look, the elderberry is blooming again. That's interesting. Second flush. So this is the cauliflower again. I'm not real worried about taking those out. More interested in having the peppers. We eat the peppers a lot more than we do cauliflower, and Kelsey and I are pretty much the only ones that eat the cauliflower. So I just want to give these guys some light. So this was definitely a lesson learned. Don't plant brassicas. They need their own space. Yes, they do. Ow. One thing about these metal beds, you have to be careful with the edges. Okay, so as long as they can get sunlight to create photosynthesis, we're okay. Here's my broccoli. It's already starting to go to seed. It's still edible, but I have harvested quite a few, and it's still harvestable. So I'm going to harvest some more of these today, wash them up, and use them like broccolini. Now, anytime you have a head cabbage, cauliflower and broccoli, you really need to soak them good to make sure that you get all the bugs out. But here's a bed that has no pepper plants in it. So we have space to plant. We're going to plant the peppers today. And that may mean these guys need to go. So here's one I've harvested, here's one I've harvested, and I harvested one right there that I pulled out, and one right here that I pulled out, and one right there that I pulled out. So, and I'm pretty much the only one that eats broccoli. I don't know why. Kelsey likes it with cheese, but we don't do cheese. The blueberries in the front are about ready to be harvested. They're turning really nicely. Not like these yet. I would love to find a place to in-ground this guy. And then we have some more right here. I have no idea what this is. But it looks like something's been munching on it. This was the chinkapin, but I don't think that's chinkapin. The blackberry Chester, this is the oldest one that we have, and it was just loaded with blossoms. And now it is loaded with berries, and they look beautiful. Nice and uniform. That's like our little miracle bush. Oh look, this elderberry is blooming again too. It already had some blooms. Right here. Okay, well that explains it. That explains why it's blooming again. And here were some blooms. I don't see any berries. So that will pretty much do it for the garden tour today. A couple things different. We've got some food that's ready to harvest. We've been harvesting, which is really exciting. And so hopefully we'll be having some more food coming out of the garden soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Yahweh bless you and keep you and give you shalom. Until next time. Yah bless.